favorable, don't they?
Toxicology is consistent with that, yes.
And Dr. Murray says he gave 2 milligrams of midazolam at 3, and he gave 2 milligrams at 7:30. And the toxicology levels bear that out, don't they?
Yes.
And if Dr. Murray's telling the truth and slowly infuses 25 milligrams of propofol, you wouldn't expect it to get anywhere near 2.6, would you?
Assuming that that is all he infuses, yes.
And if Dr. Murray was telling the truth when he said he gave 2 milligrams of lorazepam at 2 and 2 milligrams of lorazepam at 5, according to Schaefer's report, you would expect about a .02 level of lorazepam, wouldn't you?
Yes.
So what we have here, we got more propofol, and we got a whole lot more lorazepam, don't we?
Section B.
Sustained.
In the bloodstream. Way more propofol. Well, actually, if the propofol, rather than being slowly infused over 3 to 5 minutes, was jammed all at once, you could get that 2.6 level, couldn't you?
You might get it locally. I don't know if you would get it after everything had equilibrated.
You've got Dr. Schaefer's report in front of you?
I do not.
Do you have his diagram of a bolus infusion of 25 milligrams of propofol?
No.
Now, I'll withdraw that. That's all I have.
Mr. Flanagan, thank you. We redirect.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Not a reopening of direct or reopening of redirect, but re-redirect.
Dr. Rogers, why did you do a consultation with Dr. Calmes, an anesthesiologist?
Overruled.
Because this is a complex problem involving anesthesia, and I thought that it would be better to have her look at it to see if she had any insight.
Okay, and she indicated that these, the levels of propofol found on the toxicology exam are similar to those found during general anesthesia for major surgery, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you consulted with this outside source because it was beyond your area of expertise, this issue of anesthesia and getting into issues of pharmacology, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Walken. Re-recross, again, based upon re-redirect. Thank you.
One of the reasons why you slowly infuse it, because that gives it an opportunity to start metabolizing while you're infusing it, doesn't it?
Overruled.
Correct?
Well, I understand the reason to mainly be that you want to dilute it. In other words, you want to slowly give it into a flowing stream of blood so that it doesn't all bunch up in one piece.
So you don't get a whole lot
Yes.
at one time hitting the brain.
Yes.
And Dr. Calmes told you that that the unfavorable properties of propofol include respiratory and cardiovascular depression, especially on induction or if the IV bolus is rapid. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, Dr. Rogers, step down subject to recall. Mr. Walken?
Yes, thank you, Your
Mr.
Honor.
Flanagan?
Yes, Your Honor.
Dr. Rogers, thank you for your testimony. Sir, please don't discuss your testimony or the facts of the case with any other witnesses until we finish the trial. And while you may step down and leave, you are to remain on call and you're subject to recall. Thank you.
Thank you.
May I see the attorney? I'm going to take the break. I actually have to force the attorneys to agree to take the break. So, with that in mind, please bear in mind these admonitions. I know you've been very patient with me, and it's important that we have your full undivided attention. Do not discuss this case among yourselves or with anyone else, or form or express any opinions about this case until it is submitted finally to you. Do not visit any scene or location that may have been referenced, mentioned, or involved in the case. Don't perform any experiments or on your own or through another person conduct any investigation on any topics, subjects, or persons mentioned or involved in the case. Do not have any contact whatsoever with any television or radio programs, newspaper or magazine articles, or books regarding any of these topics, subjects, or persons. Do not on your own or through another person access any internet websites whatsoever, including but not limited to any search engine sites such as Google, Ask, or Bing, or social networking sites including but not limited to MySpace or Facebook, nor text or tweet, or access any texts or tweets, or read any messages or blogs, or post any messages on any blogs regarding any topics, subjects, or persons mentioned or involved in the case. Have no contact whatsoever with the defendant, the attorneys, the witnesses, or spectators. If anyone tries to talk to you about any aspects of this case, or otherwise tries to communicate with you by handing you a business card so that at a later point in time you can contact the person or organization, immediately end that conversation or communication, and immediately report any such interaction to members of the court staff or security. We're going to ask that you join us tomorrow at 8:45, at which time we expect to resume this case. And in the meantime, once again, thank you for your patience, and we'll have you out of here in a very short period of time. Good evening. See you tomorrow. Jurors have left the court. Counsel advised me that at least for tomorrow morning there are no motions in limine. At a later point in time there may be one, but we'll be able to address it a little closer to that time frame. Although I think we said tomorrow we'd at least like to flush out something at 8:30. So at 8:30 we're going to flush out an issue regarding certain aspects of Dr. Schaefer's proposed testimony. So counsel and Dr. Murray is at 8:30 a.m. Anything else for the people? For the defense?